Hello, everyone. Welcome to Unity of Wilmington. Whether you're watching today online or if you're here in the sanctuary with me, we appreciate you. We appreciate you joining us on this beautiful, not quite warm, but nice and sunny Palm Sunday. Just take a moment and say hello to someone sitting near you. So I would like to introduce myself first and then the service team that I'm working here with today. I'm Trish Pettinati. I'm your new board secretary, and it's an honor to be working today with the team of people we have delivering Sunday service. We have Katie Dees, as everyone probably knows, our music director, but the special treat today is we have her daughter, Rebecca, as our singer. Yay, that's right. And we have a special guest delivering our lesson today. So Reverend Eliza Bloom Robinson is with us, and I just want to read a little bit about her. I couldn't memorize it all right away. This is my first time up here, so bear with me if I trip up on a couple of things. So Reverend Eliza, ordained in Unity in 2000, is an author, a speaker, and certified transitional and interim minister. She serves on the Unity Ministry Consultant Team, Unity Worldwide Spiritual Institute faculty, and has an alternative ministry called Divine Awakening. She is also an author of several Amazon best-selling books. In every aspect, Reverend Eliza is committed to the unfolding and deepening of Spirit's work in the world, in our ministry, and in individual lives. Reverend Eliza loves, and I'll say it, loves, serving in transitional and interim roles, holding sacred space for the gap between the ending and the new beginning, and facilitating the departure process, grief, and helping groups discover their future. So we're very happy to have her with us, and she'll be up here in a moment. I just wanted to mention before we begin that the board and the transition team worked with Reverend Eliza over the past 2 days, and she was amazing at helping us figure out basically how we want to move forward, and also not where we want to go specifically, but how we want to move forward. And she also helped us gain much greater respect and a much deeper connection with one another, your leadership team. So, but one thing I can assure you that we clearly all agreed on right there yesterday and the day before was we're not going back to a prior version of Unity of Wilmington. We are going forward to our future version, the version we want to create together. So we're committed to being, we want you, the entire ministry, to feel supported by us, guided by us, and connected with us as we co-create our future together, okay? So let us begin with 2 prayers. Join me, please, in saying these. There is only one presence and one power active in the universe and in my life, God, the good omnipotence. I am a beloved expression of God. I am here for a holy purpose. I am in the right place at the right time right now. Thank you. Rebecca, are you ready?
Morning glow starts to glimmer when you know winds of change are set to blow and sweep this whole land. present at the birth of old faith looking new. Morning glow is long past due. Oh, morning glow, I'd like to help you grow. We should have started long ago. So, morning glow all day long while we sing tomorrow's song. Never knew we could be so strong, but now it's very clear. Morning glow is almost here. Morning glow, by your light, we can make a new day bright, and the phantoms of the night will fade into the past. Morning glow is here at last.
Oh, wow, 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 wow. How fabulous. Thank you. I was seeing, she's up here singing. I don't know anything about you except I'm seeing her as a voice contestant and finalist. What do you think, yeah? I mean, or whatever. I mean, you could just go be a star without that, right? I mean, why not, right? Okay, good. So welcome, and thank you for your welcome. I am so thrilled to be here. I have to just tell you a little bit of my experience so far. Well, maybe you care. Maybe you don't care. I landed in Wilmington on Friday, and I feel like I've been here for weeks. I feel like this town, and I don't know, I've only been here since Friday, but is so sweet that this community, this ministry is so committed. And then I walked into the sanctuary and went, whoa! I've been in a lot of sanctuaries, and this is one of the most beautiful ones I've ever been in. So I understand that it's newly redone, so Francesca and your daughter, thank you, oh my gosh. But it's just, the energy in here is palpable and present, and the simple elegance goes through the whole energy field. Would you agree? It's amazing. A lot of times I come into ministries who are in transition, and the field feels like, wah! And we had moments of that over the weekend, and the field might go like, wah! But the overall energy is here we are, and we're up to the task, right? We're up to the task. So churches in transition have the opportunity to do one of two things. One, they can go, oh, the minister left, let's get a new one, boom, done. And that, I will tell you, very often doesn't work very well. Or you can take the moment, this moment of time, this sacred, sacred moment of time, and go, pause. And that's what it looks like your leadership is doing. Because when you pause, you can discover all kinds of hidden gems. You can discover all kinds of things that are working and things that are not working, not that they're wrong or bad, but just because they've evolved into something new and different. It can be a time of absolute chaos, which is typical, but never fear, I am here. I love transition work. I've been a transitional consultant for a few years. I've worked with a handful of ministries, but as I look back over my career, I've always loved it. I didn't always love it. I shared with the leadership team that there was a moment in time where I did not like the unknown, that I did not like the change, I did not like the chaos, but I made friends with it through my own process over my own spiritual journey of making friends with chaos, right? I have a book out that the subtitle is Finding Peace in a World of Chaos. And I could write that book because I lived it. But now, at this stage in my life and my career, to be able to come in to a system that's wobbling, not for any other reason than changes at foot, right? And to be able to hold a high level of consciousness and to be able to stand with the leadership in the congregation and say, this is who we are, this is who we've been, and begin to realize our biggest, boldest, most brilliant becomingness. Ooh, doesn't that feel wonderful? Doesn't that feel yummy? It's filled with possibilities. But first, it's Palm Sunday. And I realized that yesterday. So I had to rework my whole talk. But that's all right. So Palm Sunday is the day of the triumphant entry of Jesus into Jerusalem. He says, let me come in on a donkey. A donkey? But you're the king. You're here to save us. Everything's going to change because you're arriving in Jerusalem. The hope, yes. The dreams, yes. And then the week unfolded. You know the stories, right? It's a little bit of chaos. It's like a gamut of emotion, a gamut of experiences. So first the triumphal entry, and then the clearing of the temple, and then the cursing of the fig tree, and then the Last Supper, and the prophecy that I will die this weekend, and the disciples are going, wait, what? No, you just got here. And then the Garden of Gethsemane, oh, the pain of that. And then the arrest and the trials and the crucifixion, and then Easter, we won't talk about that today, we'll leave that for next week, but then Easter, the glory of the resurrection, all in a week. Right? But how does Palm Sunday, how does the Easter season relate to where we stand? And I say we, right, because it's easier than saying Unity of Wilmington every time. How do we stand in that? And so we first look at what does Palm Sunday represent metaphysically in unity? What do we think? What do we believe about Palm Sunday? And what we believe about Palm Sunday is that it represents our conscious surrender to innate divinity. Right? That it represents the threshold, the stepping into, the completion, if you will, of a phase of development. It reawakens childlike faith. And initially, it stirs the entire consciousness. That's the chaos of the week. Because in order to go from where we are to where we want to be, there is a gap. There is a threshold. There is something that happens. We call it change. But something has to happen in order to move into the new. So we sense that there is something wonderful about to happen. Something wonderful at work in consciousness. but we don't yet quite understand the full implications. Because the depth of the inner quickening, the depth of the inner awakening intensifies, and it leads us to the process of inner transformation, cleansing of the old and reawakening the new. It's funny to say reawakening the new, but that is in truth what happens. So in Unity, we talk about that in Palm Sunday, on Palm Sunday. And somebody said yesterday, that's where we are. I said, how brilliant is that? But first, a joke. I'm kind of known for my jokes, and they're not always good, so just giving you a warning. This one's pretty good. So there was a little boy who loved going to church, and it got to be Palm Sunday one year. He was 5, and he was sick, so he couldn't go to church. He was disappointed, but that was nothing compared to what happened when his family came home. And they all came home with palm fronds. And he said, "What? We never get presents at church. What are those? What are those for?" And the response was, well, those were what were waved over Jesus' head when he walked by. And in all his 5-year-old glory, he said, I knew it. The one Sunday I missed, Jesus shows up. Pretty good, huh? Yeah. Okay. Well, they'll get better and they'll get worse. So just be warned. So we are in this Palm Sunday experience, and we can take this very sacred moment in time and lean into it and stand into it and expand into it. In any transition, in any change, there are 3 key aspects. So change is really the outer event. Change happened. Your ministers left. They left on their next grand adventure. Change happens. Every single day, all day long, change happens. Some are more dramatic, more shocking, more disruptive than others. But transition, and I love the term, right? You might already sense it. It's a little bit my passion besides the fact that Trish told you it was, right? But transition is that inner work, right? What are you going to do with your inner work? How are you going to let this change be a catalyst for transformation, for more spiritual growth, for more consciousness, for more evolution? How are we going to use what happened for our greater good? And from where I stand, it is such a yummy time. We worked with some frequencies, and we worked a little bit this weekend with a statement that came out that was developed by the group that was there, which was your transition team, your board, and staff, and a collective. And the statement was, Unity of Wilmington is open to divine possibilities for miraculous outcomes. Doesn't that excite you? Like it tingles within the depths of the souls of our being, individually but collectively. Unity of Wilmington is open to divine possibilities for miraculous outcomes. Right? And what that might mean for us as we walk through the stages is that we take the time to walk through the stages. The 3 stages of any transition start with the ending. Now we have the obvious ending of your ministers leaving, Mindy and Nikki. Now Mindy was a student of mine before she got into ministerial school, so I have this like affection, this deep, it's like, oh, Mindy, and it's very sweet. And then the last place I've been working, which I didn't work officially, but I was serving in some capacity with, was Unity of Mesa, which, by the way, is where they went. Isn't that crazy? So we got to spend time together this week. I got to work with their staff a little bit last week, and the overlaps are really fascinating to me always. And Unity is a small world, especially within the ministerial context. I've been given my notice already. I'm used to going like 35 minutes, so 17 is hard for me. But anyway, the 3 stages of transition start always with the ending. Now, imagine the caterpillar, right? What the caterpillar believes is the end is only the beginning of the butterfly, right? The middle stage is what I love. The 3rd stage is the beginning. But the beginning can happen consciously when we hold the space to wait. When we hold the space for the impulse to come. When we hold the space for the beginning, there's a sense of conscious choice rather than urgent reaction. But the middle space, the gap, inside the gap is this place where we can find hidden gems, where we can mine the diamonds, where we can look at what's working and release what's not, and activate God's Spirit's vision for this ministry. And there's so much that can happen there. So I have a proposal into the board, or they'll get that here shortly. They got it early this morning, or about 10 minutes ago, I'm not sure which. To work with this ministry over time, to really do the work, to reinvent, to re-engage, to say, who are we becoming, not only after Mindy and Nikki left, but after COVID, right? But after, what is ministry in the next generation of ministry? How can we be together? Who do we be in order to create the most miraculous outcome? And so the work is very multifaceted. And the work becomes very engaging and creates a sense of ownership from the congregation where we stand together and go, look at what we're doing with Spirit. Look at who we're being with Spirit. Look at us. But it takes the time. So I encourage you, each and every one of you, to be actively engaged in whatever arena, whatever possibility. If I do become your transitional consultant over the course of, say, the next year, right? We set really clear expectations. Well, we have some congregational work where I'll come in periodically and do congregational work. Come, join in. You will be personally transformed and collectively transformed. You will be energized in the new. It's so powerful, it's so rich, and it's so expansive. So some of the statements that came out of yesterday, because I had them all just say, how are you feeling now? What was your takeaway? So your board and your leadership felt a sense of unity, joy, gratitude, clarity, directions. Somebody said, gratitude for having structure to move forward, and it feels good to go slowly. Feels good to go consciously. If I come on as your transitional consultant, I'd be like the contractor for a house renovation, right? Overseeing all the moving parts. So when we finish service, we're going to take a break. We're going to come back. We're going to have some Q&A and talk a little bit more about transition process and then answer any of your questions. But here's what I want you to know. You are in good hands. Your leadership is excited to do the work, the inner work of transformation, the inner work that starts in this moment of time on this day, Palm Sunday. We are moving towards our resurrection. We might not get there in a week, but we will get there because Unity of Wilmington is open to divine possibilities and miraculous outcomes. God bless you. Amen. Let's take that into a time of meditation. As you close your outer eyes, open your inner ones. as you close your outer eyes. Pivot away from the noise of the world, the worry, the concern, all the chaos that's in the world, and find that point of inner stillness. You might find it by feeling your feet connected to the ground. And know that no matter what is going on in your mind, your emotions, your life, the world, you have that innate connection to spirit. You have that point of stillness within you. So even if you go there on a regular basis, even if you've never been able to get there, just land right now in the depth of stillness. And in this place of stillness, we know that God is there, that there's only one presence and power active in the universe. It's God, it's love. And that you are that love. And that it is love and grace and gratitude that will open the way. We set our sights on divine possibilities and miraculous outcomes. By definition, miraculous outcomes is outside of what we think. But we know it's good and greater good. So open your soul, your heart, open your mind, open your very being to the work that this ministry is about to do. Divine transformation into our most brilliant becomingness. As we do it for the ministry, we do it for ourselves. As we do it for ourselves, we do it for the ministry. So let love be activated. Let grace be activated. Allow yourself to come into alignment, to resonance, to coherence with the good and the greater good that is being birthed, that is being planted, that is being seeded, and that we already are. Feel that for yourself. Feel that collectively. As we claim it, as we be it, we also gift it to the world. We gift our presence to the world, centered in spirit, aligned with miraculous. And as we gift it to the world pivots and tips into love and grace and gratitude. Let your heart be touched. Let your mind be opened. Let your soul be a yes. Unity of Wilmington, we are open to divine possibilities for miraculous outcomes. And so it is. So we call it forth. So we let it be. Amen and amen.
Thank you, Reverend Eliza. So, as you can see, we have a lot to do, and we need you, and we depend on you for financial support to keep the doors open here and to continue broadcasting online as we've been doing for quite some time. So please give generously. Today we're starting to pass baskets in the sanctuary, but there's other ways to give. You can see there's online. You can go to the Unity of Wilmington site. You can also go to Facebook, or you could go to Venmo, or I don't know, there's probably other technology ways that we haven't thought of yet, but for now, these are your options. So please, please do what you can. It's a hard time for not just this ministry, but all ministries right now, trying to come back from COVID. So do what you can. Thank you. And now I'll turn things back over to Rebecca.
Well, it's a sad picture. The final blow hits you. Somebody else gets what you wanted again. And you know it's all the same. Another time and place, repeating history, and you're getting sick of it. But I believe in whatever you do. I'll do anything it takes to see it through, because these things will change. You see it now. These walls that they put up to hold us back will fall down. It's a revolution. The time will come for us to finally win. And we'll sing hallelujah. We'll sing hallelujah. Oh. So we've been outnumbered, raided, and now cornered. It's hard to fight when the fight ain't fair, but we're getting stronger now. Find things they never found. They may be bigger, but we're faster.